Hello. In the last episode, we have finished Sachan. Yeah, Sachi. Okay, if you know who is Sachan. So now
初めからよ。
we have done Yumiko, Michiru, and Sachi. So we just left with Makina, Amane, and of course Yuji's part. I believe Yuji's part. Since we can see Grand Roof, it's gonna be freaking long. The moment Yuji was born and before he entered Mihama Academy. Yeah, gonna see very past, which is quite long. And also we have this short story. I don't know what these short stories are. Maybe we go with short story first before we go to Yuji Pass. Who knows? Right, never mind. Makina-chan time. There's no way I can catch up. Wait, why the music sound so bad? When did that thought first convince me to stop running entirely? I can't do it. It's impossible. Those words were enough to stop me dead in my tracks. I knew better than anyone that I needed to change, but they didn't make the challenge in front of me any easier. So at the time, I didn't really appreciate it when people carelessly encouraged me to get at it. Starting of this, Makina, we just got a stupid background music. Never mind. Don't give up before you even try. There's no such thing as impossible. You don't have to succeed right away. Let them laugh if they want to. People who stop to mock the losers behind them will always be surprised by the people who keep struggling with every single step they take. Agent who's constantly trying to pull off something impressive are the ones who's dying young. Take it slowly carefully. That's what Papa always says. That's my Papa for you to talk about years words of free wisdom. It's been a year now since the two of us moved over to Florida. Wait, what? I not quite remember their storyline, Makina-chan's storyline. I thought the last time Yuji was, yeah, he just was in there, right? I carry a bunch of jobs in the States, and now I made all the way back to home to earn my license to work in Japan. At the moment, I'm working under the number V9029. Wow. What the 1 year in the train? V stands for Virginia. Means I'm just Papa support. Basically, he's still number 19029. What's I stands for? I'm officially his spotter, not an agent in my own right. To be honest, I ain't too happy about that state of affairs. I can handle things just fine on my own by now, but Papa is still not letting me take any of the killing jobs. Have you ever hate someone enough that you wanted to kill them? Here's the thing, people who kill for a reason like that are nothing more than murderers. Also, Papa tells me. First he convinced me I can do anything I set my mind to, then he tells me I'm not ready yet. Seems like some pretty dang mixed message there, am I right? Still, Papa's my master and all, so I don't have much choice but to fit my tie and give him a cute little nod. Sure, I've been known to yell, stop treating me like a kid sometimes, but that just kept Papa going. Maybe when you stop acting like one, honestly, how about listening to your father for once? Is this one of those rebellious plays I heard so much about? Usually follow up that pinch in the bridge of his nose, looking at the sky, letting out breathe from a side. So I am an ancient now. Ancient. Secret. Ancient man. Secret. Ancient man. Where I say, the sooner I am a pro in my own right, the sooner Papa can ease into a nice peaceful retirement. Well, according to Papa, I shave a few years off his life every time I head off into the field alone. I mean, I see where he's coming from and all. The jobs I take care so far haven't really been that impressive. Guess there was one time with a robber who rolled out in the video rental store one night after the police surrounded him. There just happened to be an unlucky senator in there who could stop by picking up a pawn, so they sent me over to such super discreet rescue op. Shoot the gun right out of that punk hand. Guess that's about it though. Oh, I remember that. Bird. The digital pad. Oh, I always carefully remain aware of my surroundings. 670 steps. Since my old digital pad died a tragic death while serving a makeshift detonation device, Papa was kind enough to buy me a replacement. Oh yeah, it did destroy during a department where they're hiding. This guy's a brand new 4th generation model in onboard GPS that allows me to display the path you walk on a little map.
ここがちょうど中間地点か。
Head right to the tallest building in the area. I take the elevator to the top floor. Then head out to the emergency stairs. That is some duct tape I brought in a hardware store around the hill and face regards on the road of the penthouse. I've already repeated this process 4 times so far.
祝日かなんかで国旗でも上がっててくれると楽なんだけどな。まあ世の中そううまくはいかねえのよさ。
At times like this, I always find myself recalling another of my papa's maxims. A just fighter is a result of steady simple effort. Shortcuts are received for failures. The word for Kazami Yuji. Of Kazami Yuji. 市ヶ谷。
久しぶりね、ユージ。
Is it? We just talked on the phone last week.
直接会うのは久しぶりでしょ。
Do you lose a little weight again?
誰かさんが毎度毎度余計な仕事を増やしてくれるおかげでね。
Just to be clear, it's not my fault. The government's barbecue party was ruined last month. That was all Makina.
で、そのマキナはどこにいるの？
Is he coming today? Apparently, she doesn't want to see Chiara.
はい？それってどういう意味です？っていうか、帰国早々マキナを一人にしたんですか？
It was just a joke. Makina's gone to say hello to her mother.
ちょっと、それって大丈夫なの？いろいろな意味で。
Oh yeah, her mother didn't die. I forgot. Won't be a problem at all. Trust me.
I-9029 は信用できたとしても V-9029 はまだ不安定です。というか、担当官である私に一切の連絡もなしで何してるんですか？
Look, she's not a child. Do you really want your agents calling you up every time they run out of toilet paper?
そういう問題じゃありませんよ。万が一のことがあったらどうするつもりなんです？
No need to worry. I'll take full responsibility if anything goes wrong. Anyway, how about showing a little faith in the girl? In this line of work, we need trust more than time or money.
って私を睨まれてもね。言っておくけど、私はユージを信頼しているわよ。可愛くなくて素直じゃなくて意地悪で頑固なくせに無駄に優しいヘタレでずるい男だという部分も織り込み済みでね。
You're too kind.
愛してるわ、ユージ。
Ah, cute. I love that. Yeah, right back at you, Julia.
もしかして私、今、バカにされてます？
You notice? You got a potential kid. Guess you're not an idiot after all.
私、マキナを探しに行ってきます。
あんまりいじめないでよ。あれでも一応、私の可愛い後輩なんだから。
Oh well, if you want me to be nice, I will have to show you some love next time.
それはやめて。あなたに本気で可愛がられたら、あの子ストレスで髪が抜け始めるわ。
Talk about rude. I'm not a monster, you know.
いいの？放っておいて。
What did Chiara think of Makina?
両方よ。
Well, don't you think it's about time those two had a bit of a wake-up call? Makina's learned enough in training that she started to think she can do anything on her own. And Chiara still can't look past the number 9029. At the end of the day, an agent is ordered without their case officer. They're just useless killing machines. And all that legendary number stuff is mostly just a story they structured made out to light a fire under the butts of the newbies. It's so absolutely exaggerated, they might as well be talking about some invisible comic book Superman. Doesn't bear much resemblance to reality. Hell, the only reason I'm still alive is because I have you behind the scenes, reading the situation and issuing appropriate instruction. In that sense, I really do trust you, JB, and I'm grateful to you.
あなたね、真顔でそういうことを言うからずるい男って言われるのよ。だいたいね、私の命令なんて3回に1回は平気で無視するくせに、何を今更従順ぶってるのよ。
But you take that into consideration before you issue that, don't you? Anyway, I lost my right arm last time I tried going rough on you. I've learned my lesson for good. Oh yeah, he did lose his right arm when he tried to escape.
その言葉が本気なら、私も少しは安心して太れるってものなんだけどね。
Don't go overboard. Your car might start running to the left on its own every time you hit the air gas.
そこまで太るつもりはないわよ。
No worries. If it gets too bad, I'll get in the passenger seat. Not to balance things out. An agent in this case and his case officer are a team after all.
機種にはもう慣れた？
Oh no. Yeah, he's using a mechanical arm, I think, or not. More or less, it's a little heavy and I had to charge it out twice a day. Can't say I enjoy taking all the medications either, but other than that, it's not so bad. Anyway, I can do my work well now with just my left arm.
仕事を続ける気はあるのね。
Losing an arm is enough to make me useless. I was trained better than that. I guess marathon missions move out will be tough, but it shouldn't be a problem as long as I got Makina helping out on the quick jobs.
それでいいの？
Wait, what?
マキナのことよ。結局巻き込んじゃったわね。
I have talked it over with the girl herself countless times. Can't change the past now.
薬でマキナの記憶を飛ばすこともできたのよ。
Mention that. She told me she'd rather die. Don't worry, I'll look after her.
あなたがそれでいいと言うなら、私は何も言わないけど。
Oh yeah, in Makina's room. If you remember the last time, they promised to go to the train station at the end of the day. And then Yuji passed out, losing his arm in process. His right arm because he got shot. He didn't kill Makina's mother. But when he killed Makina's mother, Yuji died. By now, I think I'm actually grateful it worked out this way. Setting my empty coffee cup on the table, I glanced down at watches. Because they're having a fight for the inheritance, and Makina was the victim of this coup d'etat. I don't know what coup d'etat. Whoops, about time for me to get going. Have to pick up Makina.
迎えならキアラが言ったでしょ？
What? You think she's going to find her? I didn't train the girl that badly. Anyway, the coffee was good, thanks.
コーヒーを入れたのはキアラよ。
Kiara. I say Chiara, right? Really alright then. Give that nice bite of hers a pat and say thanks for me. I got Makina involved with this. I'm aware of that, of course. Naturally, there's a part of me that regrets it. There's a part of me that thinks I could have found a better way. Like they said, hindsight is 2020. I know there's no point really on what I could have done. I know it's all past now. But sometimes I can't help thinking, isn't there anything I can't do? I can do. Isn't there any way I can live the rest of my life without regret? Sometimes I just can't help it.
よいしょっと。
Rooftops are usually under lock and key. Otherwise, anyone who opens the door can get access to them, and there's a lot of random foot traffic. With my rifle phone, in case which I pull out of here, class, I wave out my digital ratchet, torch, and begin the assembly process. When distance like this are involved, you got to tighten every screw perfectly, or there's no telling me where your bullets are gonna end up. Using the corrections that work during training as a reference, I carefully assemble my rifle. Just to be on the safe side, I snap in my laser before sight. Focus on the target 10 meters away. The offset is almost exactly the same as the last time I used it. Who is the target? Makina's mother?
うっし、いけるんでねえのげ。
Next, I set out, wink out a moment on the tail rope, spray the man, and lay down on the top of it. Wow. Don't play with me, women. Pulling data over the internet from the other gauge, I sat around the area. I do a few quick calculations on my laptop while starting out my ballistic calculation program. Winds from the south, average speed 30 meters per second, gauge factor 2.4, uplift ratio 3.8, flow separation correction 12.3, standard deviation 90.8% when ignoring vortex regions. Comparing the number of the letters seen on my waist, my slow, and my tail was charging further when I look at through my screw. I plunge additional correction found through the personal experience. Once my final number is appeared on the screen, I will adjust the elevation wind not on my screw.
車距離。
The pedometer hanging from my wrist provides a GPS correct number of 1947 steps. Every step I take covers about 5.2 minutes here, so that's total of 12, 9.96, 44.4. Now, 12, 1,260.4444 meters. My target approximately 1270 meters away.
1300か。割とギリギリかも。
I only got 2 bullets for this one. The first is a stancil core penetrator, the other specially modified hot rod designed for maximum speed and flexibility. The predator is going to open a hole in the obstacle between me and my target, and I just have to shoot the hot rod through it.
ペネトレーターで開けることができる穴は約9センチ。そこに地弾を叩き込もうって言うんだから、気の遠くなるような話なのよさ。
Well, they say Papa can pull this sort of trick every time, and if he can do it, there's no reason I can't.
時間な
most legendary snipers need to rely on a little medical help at times. And so the next item I retrieve from my pocket is a small silver cage containing a number of pills. Selecting a booster strategy designed for marksman, I toss it to my mom. I can't stand it, he said. Always hated it, ever since I was a kid. But when I realized you gotta do what you gotta do. You don't need water in the technical pill. After chewing 4 minutes or so, your eyes ball tight and go red and tears begin to flow uncontrollably on your cheek. Even though you're able to see perfectly as long as you stay, you can go a good 7 minutes with a 12 square to sleep.
見える見える。すっげえ見えるのよさ。
Makina, are you killing yourself? Your eyes become freaking red. That medicine is something a children should take. Getting to my digital rifle scoop, I studied the top floor of Edison's global headquarters, specifically the window of the president's office. The windows reflected the sunlight like a mirror, but by now I can clearly make my mother's casually sipping the tea inside.
オーケー、そうだよー。
Wait, you going to kill your mother? What? Unzipping my almost pouch, I examined the bullet with it. There's a rubber band of both one blue and red. The blue ribbon means penetrator. On the back of my rifle forehand, I gently pushed the blue bullet into the exposed chamber and returned the ball.
そうだよーし。右肩よーい。左肩よーい。射撃準備よーし。
All I gotta do is wait for my laptop currently crunching numbers in real time, so to give me a go sign, then pull the trigger.
本日の午前の分の報告は以上です。
Oh, Sawada-san, it's been a while.
そうですか。では下がって結構よ。
それと業務とは関係ありませんが、9029号が日本国内に戻ってきているという情報が入っております。
あら、そうなの？それでと言いますか、
一応護衛などを手配するべきかと。
必要ありませんよ。だいたい見逃してあげたのはこちらです。それをわざわざ向こうから再び殺されに来るなんてありえないでしょ。
Wait, is this epilogue? Is the revenge of the last time? What the heck? Never mind, let's see.
マキナお嬢様も一緒に日本に戻られているという情報もありますが。
それこそどうでもいいじゃありませんか。幸いなことにサリナも順調に回復していますし、市ヶ谷との間に情報制約も取れた今となっては、もうマキナには興味ありません。そんなことより、最近あなたの入れるお茶、味が落ちているのではなくて？
申し訳ありません。ですが、茶葉の風味が落ちてきたので新しいものと交換しようとしたところ、もったいないからダメとお顔を真っ赤にされて拳をブンブン振り回されたのは清香様ご自身だったかと。
私がいつそんなこと言いましたか？とにかく入れ直してちょうだい。美味しくないのよ。
あ、はい、ただいま。
Oh, a shot! The mind is skill cast and suddenly shatters. Still holding his hand, she squeezingly tilts her head 50 degrees to the right.
何？突然。
Covering her head with a document binder, the secretary Miss Sawada proceeds to duck down the floor. Reflexively tossing the head over amongst the side, she does for cover behind her mouth, hungrily dancing in the plane.
ちょっと沢田、あなた何一人で隠れてるのよ。
清香様、こっち来ないでください。
こら、お待ちなさいな。私を守りなさいよ。
Oh, what a pussy you are, Makina-chan. A pussy.
無理です。
とりあえず誰か呼ばないと。電話を。
清香様、危ない。清香様、ダメです。電話壊されちゃいました。指もげちゃいました。
破片が刺さったのよ。もう痛い。ちょっと沢田、あなた携帯持ってるでしょ。誰か呼んで。
嫌ですよ。そ そんなことしたら今度は私が撃たれるじゃないですか。私もう怖いの嫌なんです。9029怖いんです。もうこの仕事辞めます。田舎に帰ります。
Bye. It's been a while. It's been fun seeing you, Sawada-chan.
これお待ちなさい。私を置いて逃げるの？
こっち来ないでください。
Where's this, Sawada-chan?
紛れなのよさ。お母さん、ただいま。私、帰ってきたのよ。
Now that's why I call a greeting card. Too bad it cost me 2 special orders rounds worth a good 8,000 yen each. Ah well, it's a small price to pay for giving that all hack a lifelong terror window. So yeah, right. Blech. I think they're satisfied enough to tide me over for a while, but don't go thinking I've seen the last of me. Mommy, dearest.
相手、うわー、くそ頭痛い。
Naughty Makina. Later they will attack us. As the tension drains for my body's usual post sniping escapes the right on schedule, I got to take my block a step or I end up losing conscious. Goodbye, Makina. I can't stand this. I always had it ever since I was a kid. Before long, my daily pupils begin to shrink and I can feel my heart rating returning to normal.
うわ、やべ、鼻水が。
Taking it to my skill log, I blow my nose there, start putting away my gears. Halfway through the process, I glance down at my digital bag to check the time.
おっと、パパとの待ち合わせの時間なのよさ。
Use your right hand for your chopsticks and your pencil. Use your left when you're battling or throwing a ball. As a child, I didn't really care which of my arms was dominant, but consequently nagging to hold my chopstick in my right hand. When I asked her why it mattered, she said I don't want people thinking I'm incapable of teaching my own brother how to behave. Talk about self-centered. In comparison to that, Asako's argument almost sound respectable. Can't hurt to know how to shoot with both hands. Never know when you will lose one. In any case, I've been able to use both hands interchangeably ever since I was a kid. And as a result, it's never been that difficult to get the hang of controlling my artificial arms, which move in response to signal from the pulse modulator embedded in the left outside of my brain. Hare? Receiving a signal from my car is slipping into the game machine slot. This sort of thing is too difficult if I watch the movement of my artificial hand, but it gets much trickier in the dark. Or when I look elsewhere, it feels a little bit like typing on the keyboard with your eyes closed. It's all a matter of practice, I guess. It was a struggle just to wipe my ass in the bathroom for a while, but I started to get more comfortable using my right hand this way. The training mostly involves dull repetitive exercise like grabbing soybeans with chopsticks while I'm reading, but eventually this should be second nature for me and I won't be a burden on Makina anymore. By that point, Makina probably won't need my support either. The thought makes me a little sad, but as a father, I'm not about to tell her that. Yes, it's about time. I've been killing time playing Metal Gear Solid now. I glance at my watch on right there, which tells me currently 3:25. Makina's probably done with her job by now. I'm scheduled to meet up with her by 1:30. Thanks to my time with migraines, I always get moving exactly 5 minutes ahead of schedule. Right so I say I turn to the college edge girl at the machine next to me. You still playing, miss? I need to get going so you can have my medals.
ありがとう。
The young woman takes my medals with a droopy little smile. Her rose cheeks makes her look pretty with it, but it's kind of endearing. In another 2 or 3 years, will my daughter look at something like this? The thought brings me a small smile to my face, and instantly I thought there's a joke playing off my plate. Ow, that hurts!
なに知らん女に色目使ってんのよさ。
Oh, Makina, you're late. I turned around to my Makina and her chat card. She glared at me like an indignant squid. Her round little cheek even puffier than usual.
まったく、油断も隙もあったもんじゃねえのよさ。
The girl's been pretty tough on me lately. It seems seriously upset her when I speak with other women, judging from the way she always jumps in to interrupt the conversation. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't get angry. Dropping my artificial hand on Makina's fluffy head little hair, I gave her skull a nice little sketch.
もう、いっつもそうやってごまかすのよさ。いつ落ちぬかわかんねえ仕事だけど、パパはいつか馬に蹴られて死ぬような気がしてならねえのよ。
What the heck are you talking about?
パパ、
Yeah, this girl's my daughter.
娘さん？もう、パパ、行くのよ。
Alright. Well then, miss, I will see you later.
うん、メダル、ありがとう。
I'm coming, alright? Stop kicking me. I took my leave to argue with Makina. My hand still resisting on hand.
まったくよ。パパはあれな。本当に女癖悪いのな。
Don't get jealous, please.
バージニアの訓練学校の教官もみんなあいつはどうしようもない天然地頃だったって言ってたのよ。
Gigolo! First I heard, but no, actually no. Gigolo, my friend taught me that word. Totally slender. I'm trying not to make more enemies than necessary, that's all. Anyway, did things go well with your mother?
おうよ。二度と窓に近寄れない女にしてやったのよさ。
Good for you, are you satisfied now?
まあ一応ね。やっぱどうしてもあの人のことは好きになれないけど。
No matter how she is, she's still your mother. You cannot hate her. It'd be nice if you could forgive her eventually, but I guess that's probably possible. I have to admit, I still hate my father's guts.
いっそ殺しちまえばすっきりするのに。
You're not ready to kill people yet, not by a long shot. Also, I do recommend against murdering a parent. Once she's dead, you won't be able to harass her anymore. You'll regret it in the long run.
そんなもんかね。まあパパがそう言うなら絶対そうなんだろうって無条件に信じるけど、私の中では言葉の本当の意味は消化できてないのよ。
That's good enough for now. You understand eventually. Are you upset?
そうじゃなくて頭が痛い。
You use the drugs.
ごめんよパパ。
Boosters, drugs that temporarily enhance your physical and mental conditions. Blockers, drugs that suppress your dangerously heightened sensory and muscular capabilities. Issue only under specific circumstances, typical to snack or soldiers fire at night. They often breed periods of superhuman powers in exchange for severe after effects. You should avoid using those when you can. Save them for when you absolutely need to land a 100-meter shot. They'll give you chronic migraines. Who gave you the drugs anyway? Shiara?
そう。
That little punk.
怒らないであげて。キアラも悪気があって渡したわけじゃないのよ。
Yeah, I know. After 9 months of training, snipers with protection are usually issued a certain amount of personal equipment. That includes weaponry trailed to their preference, high quality ammunition, and the booster sets. It was the same for me. There are tools that allows us to carry out every mission we assign with whatever provision. I found myself remember a conversation from 2 months ago that week after Makina received her first orders to fire on the live human target. Oh, we got a flashback. Hey there, Chara, your eyes never get any less huge, doesn't it?
お尻は関係ないです。先日行ったイリス・マキナのカウンセリングの結果をお知らせします。
Oh, is that important?
大切です。というか、私のお尻に話しかけるのやめてもらっていいですか？
That's a tall order.
実務における技能が水準に達したとの判断から、先週初めてイリス・マキナに C 任務を与えましたが、
Oh, we already done discussing your ass.
真面目に話を聞く気は？
Alright, go ahead.
つまりですね、初めての対人狙撃任務を終えた後、何か呆然としていたので声をかけたんですけど、マキナ、初めての仕事の感想は？
最近弾の質が落ちたね。全然まっすぐ飛ばないのよさ。
それだけ？他には？
ハードプライマーにしてって言ったのにソフトよこしやがって。人の話聞けって装備科のアホに言っといて。
Wait, what, Makina?
ハードの方が直進性は高いけど、衝撃が大きいから2射目が遅れるのよ。あなたは体が小さいから気を使ったの。
余計なお世話なのよさ。一発で仕留めるから2発目はいらないのよ。
狙撃対象の右腕を撃ち抜いた理由は？
右手に銃を持っていたから。左手に持っていたら左腕を撃ったと思うのよ。
そう。この受け答え、父親としてどう思います？
Not sure what you mean. She expressed herself pretty clearly.
父親の右腕に対するコンプレックスとかでは？
I don't think so. If anyone got a complex here, it's probably me.
どういう意味でしょう？
Honestly, it's a little hard for me to talk about this, but I really like her life to turn out better than mine.
記憶操作後に条件付きで一般社会に戻してあげられるという説明はしましたよね。
I'm not saying I didn't consider it, but drugs, huh? This company deliberately recruits people to consider to be expendable. Its employees are disposable as machineries. That's just the nature of this job. Even in a country like this, where we crawl out in the dirt every time a bullet casing gets misplaced, there isn't anything fundamental difference.
ねえ、パパ、怒ってるの？
When can we see Amani and the others? Don't tell me this, where we still living in fear. No, that's not it. I was just thinking.
私のことで何か言われた？
Listen, Makina, are you really sure this is what you want?
またその話か。何度も言うけど、これは自分で選んだ道なのよ。パパにだって文句言わせない。
Alright. Makina always counts when I bring this up. Every time it happens, she says the same thing. Don't go feeling sorry for me. I made my own choices. And sorry, the sadness that in my chest, I always wrap my arms around Makina's shoulders and push my nose into her hair. This got a sweet smell almost like a bubble gum, and there's a faint whiff of gunpowder underneath that. Now, why every lolly roof something like this? Yeah, story part is just so sad. Yeah, that's one thing we have in common. That thoughts us inspire pity, but it's already oddly conforming.
ところで、私たち今どこへ向かってるのよさ。
Alright, see that car in the fog. King Law over there, we are going to drive it out of to Mishima Cave.
パパ、車買ったの？
No, it's a car my buddy Daniel Bond kept in Japan. Belongs to his sister now that he's gone. I bought it for her.
動くのこれ？
Well, it's got me this far. Might not look like that much, but there's a V8 under the hood. Don't go underestimate it. These days about fuel economy and eco-friendly engines. These things on the other hand is an icon of fire coffins with the famous skill for gasoline. But this is a crime. Driving a car with 343 horsepower in a country this crime is downside of the zero, and the sexy power always meet with the disapproval of society. Let's go mention you first in the seatbelt.
チャンピオンの？
Since when were you the champion of anything? I made your seatbelt.
小粋なフレンチジョークじゃんけ。
When you got too much in the way of the power, it's important to stay cool and rational. That's something I learned from my master Asako. Remember that you got a 43 minutes of engine to unleash at any moment. It's hard to get to it detected when some pumps in the flashy car try to provoke you. Whoa, somebody got a lot of energy. You shouldn't be a stand of your reaction. To keep pace with the city traffic around you, all you have to do is coast along, and in an emergency you can always push the pedal to the metal. The same principle applies if you are good in a fight. Tell yourself I could knock this guy flying anytime, and it will get easier to keep your cool. Sadly, lots of thoughts guys get themselves killed before they figure it out. Cocky idiots are always the first to die. That's pretty much a universal truth. You are never more vulnerable than when you're feeling invincible. But it's hard to understand that or the real way of a trigger without actual experience. Someone has to teach you. Unfortunately, lessons like this are easy to impart with words alone. I'm painfully aware of that every time I look at Makina later, it makes me anxious. But the rate she's going to screw up real bad sooner or later. I'm sure I could feel the same way about me back in the day. And now here I am racking my brains the same way she did, trying to find some way to explain everything to Makina. I'm more in the shape. Set in my mind like a sculptor playing with a clay, but in the end the words gently in my mouth are completely trivial. Nice weather today.
そうだね。
Makina's response has reminded she's pressing her forehead against the side window like a fighter pilot looking for enemy planes. Watching as the world flows quietly by.
みんな元気にしてっかな。
Probably. It's been some time since the two of us arrived from Miyama Academy. What happened to our classmates since then? About 6 months after Makina and I arrived in America, we started to get a certain amount of mail delivered to us through the company. This letter delivered a bunch of Irish and they were mostly known for governments or economies or advertisement for various places. But every once in a while, this time some little package to have handwritten letter mixed with the rest. The first one that we received just had the name Kazami Yuji and Irisu Makina written on the front. I'm not sure how it got to us exactly. There was no address listed and the postage stamp in the corner has a green one. Instead of a postmark, the envelope was marked by a red stamp, indicating it has been opened and inspected by the sensor. Flipping over, I found the sender name was Suamane. Ordinarily, the letter never reached us. It was nice of the company to specify the arrangement for its delivery, but there are two removal of financial code replacement meant a good deal of our inspection was impossible to decipher. One thing at least is clear: as the graduate in Miyama, she'd be encouraged to stay on the role of Domare and has chosen to accept. Learning this, of course, got me curious about how others were doing. They all said something was about waiting me and Makina to enter, but yes, it can be very, very long. There's no telling how many of them are still involved there. Anyway, Miyama Academy is relatively easy to enter, but difficult to leave. It's a bit like a prison, in a way. It's not hard to imagine a few more students enrolled, but honestly, I'm a little surprised to see anyone graduate smoothly on schedule. We might find a place exactly as we left it
だっ
actually.
たら嬉しいんだけどな。
Where at the very least, Amane is still at Miyama, and the others should have graduated yet.
うん。
Makina's voice sounds oddly listless. Is she praying we'll find her friends unchanged, or worried about the way this year has changed her? I can understand how she feels, and that only makes it hard to find something to say. Makina doesn't continue the conversation either. Her eyes stay fixed on the scenery flowing past her windows. Eventually, the sights and hours begin to grow familiar. It occurs to me that Makina's been quiet for some time. I look away and discover that she's sleeping silently, leaning back as the headdress with her face turning away from the light outside the window. At the guys, this area doesn't appear to have changed much at all. I find myself remembering the ordinary life we were having here until a year ago, inspired a ticker of some slight nostalgia. But as I turn the car to the street and runs past the local train station, a sense of reality catches my eyes. Hey Makina, wake up!
何着いたの？
Misty Outer, Mish by Mishima K Station. Take a look at that. Let's say she spotted the building's eyes pointing at Makina tries to throw open her door and jump out of the car. Oh yeah! The bakery store got burned right last time. Yeah, in a story file. Yeah, I remember correctly. And then they're running away. It's because they don't want to trouble the people here. As long as Makina around, the Mishima kid.
パパ、パン屋さんが。
Yeah, it looks like they're buying business. Makina's already these dreamers already destroyed this little store years ago in a cruel act of arson. But now it's offered to the public once again, as pretty as it ever was. Looks like the money we sent through the company. Goddamn. Want to pop in and say hello?
やめとく。
Oh, you're scared. Why not?
だって私のせいでお店が燃えちゃったのに、今さらどの面下げて会いに行けばいいのよさ。
I know it's pointless to say this, but it's not like you're the one who set that fire.
同じことだよ。
That's not true anyway. Look at that. They got a brand new stone over there. Look nicer than the one they had before.
そういう問題じゃないのよさ。
Well then, why now? Should I make Makina say hello even I had to kick a scrawny butt into the store? As I fold my arms to ponder this, the owner of the bakery glances out his window and notices. His eyes goes wide and instantly later he rushes out to his store.
マキナか。
Not knowing what to say or how to apologize, Makina turns and tries to please, and I reach out and grab her by his scuffy old neck. Where do you think you're going?
いや、離してパパ。
やっぱりマキナじゃないか。
Realizing that escape is no longer a possibility, Makina turns gently to face a former employee. The man sped away that he shouts out was burned out because Makina chose to work there. Just after we arrived in America, she wrote him a letter explaining everything. For her part, the girl was determined to take responsibility. In her conversation, she asked our company to send her former employees nearly all the money she earned working in the States, including the profits from her own little bakery. After 6 months of this, however, we were notified that the owner had refused to accept any further payment. That news left Makina depressed. She assumed the unspoken mentions which money can't begin to make up for what you did. But now that we have a chance to actually speak with the man, it turns out that wasn't the case. Clearly delighted to see Makina again, the baker owner's laugh in a booming voice and muses up her hair affectionately. He's been worried about her ever since she disappeared, but all she's left him was a letter with no return address. There was no way for him to make his concern. But our classmates told him Makina would come back eventually, and he chose to believe them. Devoting himself to the art bakery statement, he waited for her return. In the first place, this bakery was less of a business than a hobby. It functioned mainly as a tax shelter for his father, local landlord. In other words, its destruction didn't cause any real trouble or so the man claims. I think he's exaggerating for Makina's benefit. But considering the nicely restored store and its new oven, there's probably some truth in his words. Soon enough, the baker's owner is feeding Makina some of his brand newest creation, his face overflowing with confidence and pride. In his brilliant smile, there's an unspoken message. As long as you allow, you can always start over. It says that man trained with a genuine master baker at some point in his last year. His skills was an artist that dramatically improved since our last visit. All the anxiety and sadness has vanished from Makina's face, replaced by a genuine smile. In the end, she comes away with a lesson of these years in the face of everything and a standing offer for a part-time job at the bakery. By the time we say goodbye, I can tell Makina's finally beginning to enjoy the homecoming she's been so nervous about.
ねえパパ、そこにいつもがあるって素晴らしいことなんだね。
Yeah, you're right. People take many things for granted all too often. We don't realize how precious something is until we lost it. That applies to the people in our lives, our better lives, pretty much anything in fact. When you're able to see how important the ordinary things really are, you are grown a little as a person. When you realize that some things are precious in a way that transcends their values, you become a little stronger as a person. My time with Makina has taught me that. And finally we arrive, okay. I lay my borrowed kind of garage and essentially honestly trying to delete the way his dashboard backlight flicker every time I hit the brakes was starting to get on my nerve. We're finally back to the school, my friend. We're finally back to the school. It seemed this route we still met their friends. Even though Michiru's also met, but in dating part, I'm not sure. Makina and I are having the rest of the distance to our beloved Makina on foot. Just outside the school gates, we spot a woman wearing a jet black uniform in the blazing sun. She's standing with a broom in her hand. She has a set.
サッチー、今帰ったのよ。マキちゃん。
Hi, Sachi.
サッチー、サッチー。
Ouch. Overcome by emotions, Sachi like a glass sumo wrestler. Sachi tries to brace herself for the blow, but the unexpected powerful impact knocks the air from her lungs.
サッチー、ただいまサッチー。私帰ってきたのよ。サッチー、俺のサッチー。サッチーは変わらねえのな。
Are you a dog?
セーブす
And
る
yet, Mr. A, my friend. Don't take high brothers and sisters. Adios and famosa.